Our story begins when a severe famine grips Israel, forcing Elimelech and Naomi to seek refuge in the land of Moab, a place foreign yet promising. Tragedy strikes when Elimelech passes away, leaving Naomi with her two sons. Yet, as they adapt, the bitter hand of fate strikes again. Both of her sons, Mahlon and Chilion, fall to the cruel clutches of death, leaving Naomi and her daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, in despair. The weight of sorrow becomes unbearable, and Naomi decides to return to her roots, Bethlehem. In a selfless act, she urges her daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, to remain in Moab and pursue new beginnings. Orpah heeds Naomi's advice, but Ruth's loyalty defies expectation. In a vow that echoes through the ages, she declares, "Where you go, I will go." A declaration not merely of words, but of steadfast faith and unyielding devotion. Today, their story serves as a beacon of hope and loyalty. Despite facing overwhelming hardship, Ruth's unwavering faith and commitment not only forged a timeless bond, but paved the way for unforeseen blessings. Ruth, a Moabite widow, makes the courageous decision to accompany Naomi, her Israelite mother-in-law, back to a land where she knows no one. For Naomi, the return to Bethlehem is bittersweet. Once a place of life and family, it is now filled with painful memories. She tells the townspeople to call her Mara, meaning bitter, a reflection of the sorrow she carries. But Ruth stands firm in her commitment, declaring, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay." With the start of the barley harvest, Bethlehem is bustling. The community notices Naomi's return and whispers about the strange Moabite woman by her side. Yet Ruth's presence marks the beginning of a tale of resilience and faith. As they settle into their new life, Ruth's unwavering support of Naomi sets the stage for events that they could have never foreseen. Her story soon becomes one of hope and redemption, reminding us all that even in times of despair, dedication and faith can guide us to unexpected blessings. Our story continues with Ruth's unwavering commitment to support Naomi, her beloved mother-in-law, leading her to the barley fields to glean leftovers from the harvest. Little did she know that these fields belonged to Boaz, a generous and kind-hearted man related to Naomi's late husband. One bright morning, as Ruth diligently gathers barley, Boaz arrives and takes notice of her. Intrigued by this hard-working woman, he inquires about her story. Upon discovering her loyalty and perseverance, Boaz's heart is stirred with compassion. To ensure Ruth's safety and success, he instructs his workers to protect her and even leave behind extra bundles of grain for her gathering. Ruth is overwhelmed by Boaz's kindness and shares the day's events with Naomi. Naomi's eyes brighten with newfound hope. She reveals to Ruth that Boaz is their kinsman redeemer, a beacon of hope in their lives. Could this be a turning point for the two women? Stay tuned as we explore how Ruth's journey of faith and kindness might lead her to find a new purpose and even love. Naomi, observing Boaz's kindness towards Ruth, initiates a culturally significant and rather bold plan. She instructs Ruth to approach Boaz at the threshing floor by night. This action might sound intriguing, but it carries a heavy cultural meaning. Ruth is to uncover Boaz's feet and lie down, thereby signaling her request for him to act as her kinsman redeemer. Now, this wasn't just a casual gesture, it was Ruth's expression of trust and dependency on Naomi's wisdom and Boaz's integrity. Ruth bravely follows the plan. Imagine her heart racing as she approaches Boaz, lying there among the grain, exhausted from the day's work. She delicately uncovers his feet and lies down. At midnight, Boaz wakes up startled, only to find a woman at his feet. We can hear the soft whispers as Ruth identifies herself and makes her request known. "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a kinsman redeemer." In this tense moment, Boaz is moved by her request. He acknowledges Ruth's loyalty and recognizes her noble character, promising to do all that is required unless a nearer kinsman redeems her first. What's fantastic here is the level of risk Ruth is taking. She's breaking societal norms, yet she places unwavering trust in both Naomi's instructions and Boaz's honor. In ancient Bethlehem, under the warm glow of an early dawn, a heartfelt conversation unfolds between Boaz and Ruth in the fields of barley. Boaz is taken aback by Ruth's bold request to be her kinsman redeemer, a role that meant marrying her to provide for her family. "Blessed are you, Ruth," Boaz expresses, deeply moved, "for you have shown even greater kindness now than before by not running after the younger men." He acknowledges his role as a kinsman redeemer, a guardian of family legacy, but also reveals a twist. Another man stands as a closer relative, a potential redeemer. However, Boaz reassures her with a promise. By tomorrow, he will address the matter, ensuring her future and dignity are secure. As the sun climbs the sky, Ruth departs to share the morning's events with Naomi. Naomi, wisdom etched into the lines of her gentle face, listens intently. Her eyes, filled with hope, reflect her unwavering faith in the divine choreography at play. "Sit still, my daughter," Naomi advises with a comforting pat, confident that Boaz will not rest until the matter is resolved. Boaz stands firm at the town gate, a place where important decisions unfold. Today, he must negotiate to secure the future of Naomi and Ruth, two widows in dire need. Boaz has a mission: redeem the land that once belonged to Naomi's husband, Elimelech. As he meets with the kinsman redeemer, Boaz presents the offer. However, the man declines, fearing it might complicate his own inheritance. Listening to his refusal, imagine the crowd's murmur around them. Here's where Boaz shines. He courageously steps up, ready to take on the task others won't. In front of the town's elders and the curious onlookers, he declares his intent to redeem the land and marry Ruth, Elimelech's daughter-in-law. This is more than a business transaction. It's an act of commitment, preserving God's covenant and ensuring Ruth and Naomi's sustenance. Through his actions, Boaz exhibits the integrity that goes beyond mere duty. It's about heart and selflessness. The lesson here is loud and clear. God's provision often comes through those willing to act selflessly. Redemption takes more than just obligation. It requires sacrifice and stepping into God's plan, even when others won't. In Boaz, we see a foreshadow of divine redemption, a willingness to risk personal loss for the sake of others' futures. As Ruth and Boaz unite in marriage, the community of Bethlehem is filled with joyous celebration, especially Naomi, who has experienced a remarkable journey from sorrow to fulfillment. Imagine the scene. Amidst songs and laughter, Ruth, once a foreigner, is warmly embraced as part of the fabric of Bethlehem through her union with Boaz. Their marriage symbolizes a new dawn, not only for them but for Naomi, who holds in her arms a precious new life, her grandson, Obed. In him she finds restoration and joy, shining through her past bitterness. But it's more than just a rebirth for Naomi. Obed's birth holds a prophetic future. In generations to come, he will be known as the grandfather of the mighty King David, a crucial link in the lineage leading to the eventual birth of a significant biblical figure. This episode poignantly captures the theme of reconciliation, the intertwined destinies of Ruth, Boaz, and Naomi, and the hope that actualizes through faith and divine providence. A new beginning isn't just a story about family and fortune, it's a testament to resilience and the enduring promise of redemption. As we come to the end of Ruth's story, let us reflect on a legacy of faith, loyalty, and divine intervention. Ruth, a Moabite woman, marries into a family in Israel, but faces tragedy with the loss of her husband. Undeterred, she demonstrates unwavering loyalty to her mother-in-law Naomi, declaring, "Where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." Flying in the face of societal norms, Ruth's journey leads her to Boaz, a man of integrity who becomes her kinsman redeemer. Through their union, a lineage is forged that would lead to King David and eventually to Jesus Christ, marking Ruth's place in history not just as an ancestor, but as a key figure in God's redemptive plan. In this story, we saw how every step of Ruth's path was marked by faith, hers, Boaz's, and Naomi's, and shows us that faithfulness can ripple through time, impacting generations. As we reflect on their story, we're reminded that divine plans often surpass our own understanding and expectations. Join us as we celebrate a legacy that underscores the immense power of faith and how one seemingly small part in the vast tapestry of God's plan can change history forever. Stay tuned for more insights into biblical stories that have shaped our world and inspire our own journeys of faith.